Hello, Ehe readers, it's Mrs. Poe. Today we will be reading Under the Lemon Moon by Edith Hope Fine and illustrations by Renee King Moreno. At our school, Ehe Academies, we have a connection to Edith Hope Fine, our author. It says, she came to our school in 2010. Hugs to all of you, Ehe readers. May you read by the light of the lemon moon. Edith Hope Fine, 2010. We also know Edith Hope Fine as the author of Armando and the Blue Tarp School that we just read recently. It starts off, deep in the night, Rosalinda heard noises. Wuss, shush, snap. What was that, she wondered, slipping from her bed. She peeked out past Mama's garden with its papa-clothed scarecrow and past the wash line. Way back by the lemon tree, something was moving. Heart-thumping, Rosalinda crept to the doorway. Blanca, her pet hen, fluttered down from the rafters. Bawk, 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 barked Blanca. Shh, slashed Rosalinda. The lemon wedge moon gave only a sliver of light, and she waited for her eyes to grow used to the darkness. Then she saw branches shaking in the shadows. Rosalinda looked harder. A man with hunched shoulders was stuffing lemons into a cloth sack. Her lemons from her tree. With Blanca underneath her arm, Rosalinda slipped out and hid behind the scarecrow. Who is this night man? What does he take? Why does he take my lemons, she wondered. Scrack! Blanca flew into the scarecrow's head. Rosalinda wobbled into a stick-stiff arms. Ah! Cried the night man, and he grabbed the sack and he ran away. In the morning, Rosalinda touched the stump of the broken branch. Not a single lemon was left on the whole tree. A tear slid down her cheek. Oh, my little tree, Rosalinda crooned a sad song, as Blanca, of course, balked along. She loved her lemon tree almost as much as she loved Blanca. Why, Blanca? Why did he do this? Rosalinda asked, clutching a bundle of twigs. Blanca's feathers drooped. By the end of the week, many leaves of the lemon tree were yellow. Some had fallen. Rosalinda's worries got bigger. First the nightman, now her tree was sick. After breakfast, Rosalinda listened to the thrum-thrum of Mama's loom. I must do something, Rosalinda told her parents. Perhaps someone we know can help, Mama suggested, soothing Rosalinda's long hair. A neighbor or a friend? How about your abuela? Added Papa with a hug. He turned back to his workbench. Rosalinda set out. My tree is sick. What should I do? Rosalinda asked her neighbor Esmeralda. I talk to my plants, said Esmeralda, tending to her lush flower garden. I did that, thought Rosalinda. Out loud she said, gracias. She caught up with Senor Rodolfo, her friend from a very few words. My tree is sick. What should I do? She asked. Much water, he said, heading but for the nearby mercado, the marketplace. I did that, thought Rosalinda. She remembered the heavy buckets of water she had lugged to her tree. Out loud, she said, gracias. When Rosalinda arrived at her grandmother's house, Abuela was sitting on her porch in the morning sun. Rosalinda settled in close to her, watching Abuela's knitting needles flash. What should I do for my tree, Abuela? It will take some time for your tree to heal. I will light a candle for you. I haven't done that yet, thought Rosalinda. Out loud she said, Gracias, abuelita. Abuela eased the worries from Rosalinda's forehead with her warm hand. The candle will help, Rosalinda, Abuela said quietly. Perhaps it will summon La Anciana, the old one. She helps things grow. Everyone had heard rumors of her powers for bringing rain and making crops grow strong and tall. Tell me again, Abuela, said Rosalinda. For many years of full moons, Abuela began, it has been said that there lives an old wise woman with gentle eyes. She walks the countryside helping things grow. Where can I find her? Asked Rosalinda. No one knows, but they say La Anciana will come when she is needed. Rosalinda thought hard. I need you. Please come now. All day and all night, Rosalinda waited for her, but she did not come. Be back by sundown, said Papa to Rosalinda, and Blanca left her house early the next morning. Rosalinda waved. She walked and she walked, searching. Blanca, of course, was at her heels. Everywhere they went, Rosalinda called out, Anciana, Anciana. La Anciana did not come. Maybe she isn't real, Rosalinda said to Blanca. Bach, clucked her hen, as she just like as if she understood. As the sun slipped down the sky, Rosalinda told Blanca, we must go home. They circled back through the mercado, as with its beautiful, colorful stalls and busy shoppers. Then Rosalinda stopped. Limones, said the sign on the last stall, behind a man and a woman who rocked a baby. Their two small children played nearby. Rosalinda knew this man had hunched shoulders who was selling lemons. He was the night man, and the lemons were hers. Rosalinda shivered. She and Blanca ducked behind a stall lined with bright marionettes. It's the night man with lemons from my tree. Where are you, Anciana? Stammered Rosalinda. She stroked her quivering hen's soft feathers. So here's the marketplace. And here, right here, that's where her lemons are, and the night man. I'm here, came a low, sweet voice. Rosalinda jumped. Before her stood a woman with silvery hair. Her wrinkles were deep and her eyes were gentle. Rosalinda knew, and filled with wonder, she couldn't speak. You have looked for me far and wide, Rosalinda said. Tell me. The woman listened as Rosalinda whispered her story. To take your lemons, that was wrong, she said. Perhaps he had a need. From her flowing sleeve, La Anciana pulled a strong branch with tiny buds. Mira, watch, she said. Remember, the moon will be full tonight. Rosalinda listened with her heart and mind as La Anciana spoke of how to heal the lemon tree. That night, Rosalinda crept outside under the lemon moon. She closed her eyes. Watch and remember, she thought to herself. Rosalinda tore an old rag into strips. She held La Anciana's branch against the stump of the broken branch of her lemon tree. They fit as naturally as those fat lemons fit in Rosalinda's cupped hands. Round and round she pulled the ribbons of the cloth, binding the two branches until they held as one. Moonbeams poured over the sickly tree, making the yellow leaves look silver. Tired, Rosalinda curled up under the tree and she dozed off. She woke with a start when Blanca barked. Rosalinda rubbed her eyes, astonished. Her tree glowed golden in the night, dripping with lemons as big and round as baby moons. Arms wide, Rosalinda danced around the shimmering lemon tree. Blanca followed her, of course, wings aflutter. The next morning, Rosalinda told Blanca, "I know what to do." And she piled the fat yellow lemons into a wooden cart. Blanca perched on the lemon pyramid, and off they went together. Friends and neighbors greeted her on the way, and one by one, Rosalinda gave away the amazing lemons. "How big they are," said Esmeralda. "Oh, handsome and lovely," said Senor Rodolfo. "How juicy, thank you," said Abuela. When Rosalinda had given away all but one of her lemons, she headed for the last stall of the mercado. Rosalinda stared at the nightman, and he stared back, and then her warm hand touched his cold, rough hand, and she gave him her last fat lemon. "Lo siento, I'm sorry," and the man lowered his eyes. Rosalinda found her voice. "Plant the seeds," she told him. "Do it tonight while the moon is full." And the man was quiet. He tilted his head toward his family and their worn clothes and their hungry faces. "For you and for them," said Rosalinda. "I will do as you tell me," he said. Rosalinda smiled. With a poo bok bok, Blanca flip-flopped into the little cart for the ride back home. She settled in content. Rosalinda felt content too, except for one fat hen. Rosalinda's cart was empty, but her heart was full as a lemon moon. The end.